Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the MCS production of the Three Once-lers. Today's show will be... Oh, I just got a text message from our manager. He says he wants me to help you learn the 2 songs that will be played during this show. I'll let the singers help you with that. Hit it, singers.
I can, you can, we can change the world. I can, you can, we can change the world.
Great, your turn.
I can, you can, we can change the world. I can, you can, we can change the world.
Awesome, next one, singers.
Da-da-dum, da-da-dum, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum.
Perfect, now your turn.
Da-da-dum, da-da-dum, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum.
That was great. It's impossible to have such a serious discussion or debate with the Once-ler type that I like to call a mixture of a mean-spirited troll and useless scum, a chum. We're seeing more of this type thanks to anti-social media such as Facebook and Twitter. This debate is about to begin.
Welcome everyone to today's debate. In the left corner, weighed down by care, concern, and respect for Mother Earth, plus sound reasoning for action, the challenger, Professor Emmett Rivers. And in the right corner, weighed down by self-interest, intensity, and a selfish disregard for the planet Earth, the other challenger, a modern-day Once-ler.
Climate change is a threat to our very existence on Earth.
You sound like those radical scientists who are only trying to create fear.
That statement is based on pure ignorance.
Are you referring to the droughts, floods, and extreme type weather conditions?
Are you questioning me? Just because, unlike you, I'm just an ordinary Joe, I am just as important as you are.
That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about.
Of course it doesn't matter to you. For years, you and your type have placed yourselves above us, as if our ideas don't even matter.
Notice the attack on the professor's character.
Doesn't climate change matter to you?
I can think of lots of people who believe that climate change is not really that serious.
Just because he says a lot of people believe something does not make it true.
Prove it then. Prove to me that climate change is a threat to our existence. No response, Professor? See, you can't prove it.
Are you talking about the clear cutting of trees, destruction of
That's only an idea that you and the scientists made up.
That's not an idea, that's a fact.
Fact? If it was up to all you fearmongers, you would create world disasters just to prove your miserable point.
A perfect example of trying to win an argument by bringing up an absurd or ridiculous suggestion.
This debate isn't going anywhere.
Just finish explaining your thinking. I have important things to say.
Look how the ice caps are melting, sea levels are rising.
I have to interrupt you there.
Excuse me?
When the argument is not going his way, the Once-ler tries to sidetrack it.
Your explanation is just an evil hoax meant to scare us.
The good scientific research done by 97% of Earth scientists has now been reduced to an evil hoax, an opinion, not a fact.
Are you joking? Facts may be scary, but they enlighten our minds and help us take action.
This is no joke to us, Professor. Your so-called facts are a pack of lies, and we're fed up with your lies.
A fool's argument goes out of its way to smother the truth. This debate is over.
I know what you're thinking, what a start to the show. But I want everyone here and the audience to know how important it is that each one understands that the future of our planet is all in our hands. Now we'll slow down the pace, calm you all down, make you loose as we revisit the words of our dear Dr. Seuss. My name is Jenna, and we'll take a look at this very good story right here in this book. It's for the kids and for the adults, so sit back and relax. Has anyone here not heard of the Lorax? You've never heard? How completely absurd!
No need to shout. Tell me, what's it about?
Basically, it's about a person, you see, who uses up a certain type of tree to produce a useless product no one here knows, and his newfound business grows and grows, thereby exhausting the tree's supply, destroying the habitat, environment, and why? You'll find this all shocking as I do, Sonny, but it was all just to make himself more money.
I don't really get your formidable pitch. I don't see anything wrong with trying to be rich.
Trying to be rich? That's hardly an offense. But when you do it at this costly expense of the environment, ecosystems, other people, why? That is the price, my friend. That is much, much too high. Now we'll take a look at some updated hype. That includes a few of the Once-ler type. Don't be a clown. Come on down.
Can I go backstage?
Sure, let's go.
At the far end of town where the grickle grass grows, and the wind smells moist and sour when it blows, and no birds ever sing except old crows, is the street of the lifted Lorax.
And deep in the grickle grass, some people say, if you look deep enough, you can still see today where the Lorax once stood, just as long as it could, before somebody lifted the Lorax away.
What was the Lorax? And why was it there? And why was it lifted and taken somewhere from the far end of town where the grickle grass grows? The old Once-ler still lives there. Ask him, he knows.
You won't see the Once-ler. Don't knock at his door. He stays in his lurkum on top of his store. He lurks in his lurkum, cold under the roof, where he makes his own clothes out of myth-muffled moof.
And on special dank midnights in August, he peeks out of the shutters, and sometimes he speaks and tells how the Lorax was lifted away.
He'll tell you, perhaps, if you're willing to pay. On the end of a rope, he lets down a tin pail. And you'll have to toss in 15 cents and a snail and a shell of a great, great, great grandfather snail.
Then he pulls up the pail and makes a most careful count to see if you paid him the proper amount.
Then he grunts, I will call you by the whisper of a phone, for the secrets I tell you are for your ears alone.
Down slopes the whisper phone to your ear, but the old Once-ler's whispers are not very clear, since they have come down through a snurgly hose, and it sounds as if he has smallish bees up his nose.
Now I'll tell you how the Lorax got lifted and taken away. It all started way back, such a long, long time back. Way back in the days when the grass was still green, and the ponds were still wet, and the clouds were still clean, and the song of the swans ran out in space. One morning I came to this glorious place, and I first saw those trees, those truculent trees, those bright colored tops of those truculent trees, and under those trees I saw brown barbarians frisking around in their barbarian suits as they played in the shade, eating truculent fruits. From the rivulous pond came the comfortable sound of the humming fish humming, splashing around. But those trees, those truculent trees, all my life I've been searching for trees such as these, and the touch of their tuff was much softer than silk, and they had the fresh smell of sweet butterfly milk.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and for you, and I think to myself, save this beautiful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, save this beautiful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, the warm, contented faces of people going by. When Mother Nature pleads, saying, please look at me, she's really saying, please save me.
I knew what to do. I unloaded my cart. And in no time at all, I had built a small shop, and I chopped down a truculent tree with just one chop. But the instant I finished, I heard a gazump, and I saw something pop out of the stump of the tree I chopped down. It was sort of a man. Describe him? That's hard. I don't know if I can. He was tallish and oldish and orangish and mossy, and he spoke with a voice that was sharpish and bossy.
Mister,
He said with a sawdusty sneeze.
I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees. I speak for the trees have no tongues. And I'm asking you, sir, at the top of my lungs.
He was very upset as he shouted and puffed.
What is that thing you've made out of my truculent tufts?
Look, Lorax, no cause for alarm. I chopped just one tree. I'm doing no harm. I'm being quite useful. This thing is a thneed. A thneed is a fine something that all people need. It's a sock, it's a shirt, it's a glove, it's a hat. And it has other uses, yes, far beyond that. You can use it for carpets, for pillows, and for sheets. Or you can use it for covers, for bicycle seats.
Sir, you're crazy with greed. No one on earth would buy that fool with me.
But the very next minute, I proved he was wrong. Believe it or not, two chaps came along. And they thought the need that I knitted was great.
I want to eat how much I need.
And he happily bought it for $3.98.
Thanks a punch.
I laughed at the Lorax. You poor, stupid guy. No one on earth can tell what some people will buy.
I repeat, I speak for the trees.
I'm busy, I told him. Shut up, if you please. I rushed across the room, and in no time at all, I built a mobile phone, and I put in a quick call. I called all my uncles and brothers and aunts, and I said, listen up, here's a wonderful chance for the whole Once-ler family to get mighty rich. Get over here fast, take road north niche, sharp right it with walking, sharp left it sail snitch. And in no time at all, in the factory I built, my whole Once-ler family was working full tilt. We were all knitting needs, just as busy as bees, to the sound of chopping of truculent trees. But then, oh baby, oh, how my business did grow. Now chopping one tree at a time was too slow. So I quickly invented my super axe hacker that chopped off 4 truculent trees in just one spatter. And that Lorax, he didn't show up anymore. But the very next week, he knocked on my new office door.
I am the Lorax, who speaks for the trees, which you seem to be chopping as fast as you please. I am also in charge of the brown barbaloons, who played in the shade in their barbaloonses and happily lived, eating truculent roots. But now, thanks to your chopping my trees to the ground, there's not enough truculent fruit to go around. And my poor barbaloons, they're getting all the crummies, because they have gas and no food in their tummies. They love living here, but I can't let them stay. They'll have to find food, and I hope that they may. Good luck, boys. It hurts me to send you away.
Peter is smart. He knows each European country by heart. He likes to sit under an apple tree on his yard, wait for an apple to fall. When Peter is 9, his teacher tells him that his planet is dying, that someone needs to put an end to it all. And so Peter comes home. He tells his mom, I'm going in the world to save our planet. And he ain't coming back until she's saved. He'll walk his way to see the king and parliament. If they don't help, I'll do it by myself. I don't want to be da-da-dum, 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 da-da-dum.
I, the Once-ler, felt sad as I watched them all go. What will become of them? I just don't know. Will they be happy? or will they be sad? It's not up to me. I hope they'll be glad. But business is business, and business must grow, regardless of tongues and tongues, you know, regardless of homes that are lost, you know. I meant no harm, I most truly did not, but I had to grow bigger, so bigger I got. I biggered my factories, I biggered my loads, I biggered my wagons, I biggered my loads. But then again, he came back while I was fixing some pipes. That old nuisance Lorax came back with more gripes.
Once-ler, you've made such smogula smoke. My poor swami swans, they can't sing a note. No one can sing from a smog in his throat. And so, I'm sending them off. They may have to try for a month or a year to escape from the smog that you smuggle up here. What's more is gluppity glup. Your machinery chugs on, day and night without stop, making gluppity glup. Also, sloppity slop. And what do you do with this leftover goo? I'll show you, you dirty old Once-ler man you. You're pumping the ponds where humming fish hum. No more can they hum, because their gills are all gone. And so, I'm sending them off. Their future is dreary. They'll walk on their fins and get woefully weary in search of some water that isn't so smearing.
Peter is young. He tries to talk and no one listens to him. Everybody's busy living and dying, not thinking about what they're doing. But look at the boy who went out in the world to save our planet. He ain't coming back until she's safe. On my way to see the king and party. They all turned their heads and walked away, singing. Da-da-dum, 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 da-da-dum.
Now listen here, Dad. All you do is yap, yap, yap and say bad, bad, bad. Why, am I right, sir? And I'm telling you, I intend to do just what I do. And I'm biggering, and biggering, and biggering, and biggering. Turning more trees into needs, which everyone needs.
At that very moment, we heard a loud whack. From somewhere in the fields came a sickening smack. From an axe on a tree, then we heard the tree fall. The very last truffula tree of them all. No more trees, no more sneeds, no more work to be done.
So in no time at all my uncles and brothers and aunts all waved me goodbye as they drove away under the smoke-smuggled sky. Now all that was left beneath the bad-smelling sky was my big empty factory, the Lorax and I. The Lorax said nothing. He just gave me a glance. Just gave me a sad, backwards glance.
Now I go out in the world to save our planet. And I ain't coming back until she's saved. Walking in the footsteps that young Peter made. And everybody is welcome to join. Sing with me, da-da-dum, 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 da-da-dum. Da-da-dum, 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 da-da-dum. Da-da-dum, 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 da-da-dum. Now it is time that I introduce to you another Once-ler who dislikes doctorates and pontificates wildly all of the time and purposely does it without all that rhyme.
The watchword is fluctuation. Fluctuation makes shareholders nervous.
And nervous shareholders make stock prices plummet.
Exactly. So what can Paradise Energy do to remain stable in this unstable market?
600 proposals have been submitted to this company since 1964, and they've all been rejected.
Yes, I know. These are lunatics who want to spin straw into gold.
Yes, the Rumpelstiltskin complex. Actually, new technology has made some of those crazy ideas not so crazy anymore. In 1982, a Professor Emmett Rivers proposed a method extracting hydrogen from water using a special catalyst.
Yes, hydrolysis. That idea has been around for years. It's totally inefficient.
His idea is different. According to Professor Rivers, he should be able to meet total energy needs for a typical North American home for 1 year, which is a single glass of water.
Some of my scientists said that this proposal was complete nonsense, but that was 37 years ago. They tell me that today it might just work and be bought. I want to look in on this guy and see what he's got.
Oh, I just made a comment.
Professor Rivers, my supervisor at the journal asked me to give you an issue of today's newspaper. I think he hopes you soon become a subscriber.
Come in.
I've seen something like this before, or imagined it. I think you're inventing something really...
Really what?
I can't explain it, but I've read that in the future, hydrogen and oxygen will furnish an inexhaustible source of heat and light. Water will be the fuel of the future.
So you've been reading some Jules Verne's books.
Yes, I find them quite fascinating.
Some people think they're just fantasy.
Professor Rivers?
No solicitors.
Oh no, I'm not a solicitor. My name is Gloria. I'm with the Paradise Energy Corporation. I'm here to talk about your proposal.
The one I made in 1982, you're interested in my proposal now?
Yes, we are. I was hoping we could discuss.
Well, it's about time. I said it was crazy. On a wild goose chase. After I spent years and my own money making sure that the prototype's up and running, you want to swoop and steal it?
No. Nobody's swooping. Wait, do you have a working prototype?
Ha, wouldn't you like to know?
Yes, I would, and so would my CEO, who's very interested. We're willing to offer you a substantial amount of money.
I suspect that you are. You go back and tell your boss you had his chance and you blew it. No sale.
Thank you for your time.
Nobody has ever made a leap to a real working fuel alternative. But if this guy has really done it, we're going to be the first ones in. Yes, we're going to hook on this old guy and reel him in.
I was right, wasn't I? You're converting water into hydrogen and oxygen, and then you're using hydrogen to generate electricity.
I know what I'm doing, but I don't have much time.
Why not?
Because I'm dying.
But you're old, but not that old.
Well, tell it to the cancer. I've decided to discontinue treatments. I've got better things to do with my money.
Running out of money, aren't you? Look, this Gloria lady said they could give you a lot of money for your invention. You could make some big bucks, even for something that doesn't even work.
Well, it'll work, and then maybe I'll sell it when it's finished and my name's on the patent.
But you need the money now. You're dying.
So what? When I finish, I'll know that my life mattered.
Professor Rivers.
It depends on who's asking.
Hi, I'm the CEO of Paradise Energy. As my employee Gloria mentioned, Paradise Energy is very interested in how far you have come. I'm just ashamed to say that we didn't recognize it years ago.
Come in.
Hey, whose limo's that there?
Mine.
Cool, do you work at like the oil company?
Yes, I do. The company be mine as well. Who are you?
I'm his agent.
Is this true, Professor? Wow, they're getting younger all the time.
So dazzle us.
Professor Rivers, do you have a working prototype?
Well, let's just say I'm very close.
Very close.
I just need a little time.
Would it be possible to see it?
Well, yes. See, it took me 38 years, but the problem is the production sellers. They're not right.
Professor Rivers, why don't you let us help you? There's no reason for you to slave on us anymore. With all the groundwork you've done, my engineer's class is finished within a couple months. It could be on the market within another year.
No, I need to finish this myself.
Look, I'll be frank with you. We want this technology. It's good for us, and it could be good for you too. We're willing to offer you $500,000.
Mr. CEO, I don't need your money. This isn't about the money. This is about the lives of our grandchildren. It's about creating a new world for all of us. It's about doing it before it's too late.
And that's why I'm here. I want to help you. And you, my friend, have the chance to become the next Edison.
Really, could you wait a moment? I'll discuss with my advisor.
Of course.
So what do you think?
I think your invention could change the world.
No doubt, but I'm gonna be the one to finish it.
But what if you can't? Because of your health.
I don't know, you tell me.
Okay, maybe it could be the invention that almost changed the world. Or you could let Mrs. CEO here help you. Take the money, share the credit, and save the world.
You know, ever since I read Jules Verne, I wanted to solve the energy problem. Now that I have this, I think that I have. I want people to know that Emma Rivers is here. I'll take her money.
You have my check?
Yes, and you have my prototype. Maybe I should come with you and help you set it up.
No, no, no. I've got your number. If we need any help, we'll give you a call. And we've got it all on documentation.
You've got everything.
Good. Take good care of yourself.
Thank you, ma'am. I'll try.
The CEO had the invention crushed to bits at a local waste management site and was overheard saying it never existed. Good job.
Why are you doing this?
I'm protecting my interests. That was the only one. That was the only guy who knows how this thing works.
I found out that the professor is dying.
That's even better. Excuse me for saying that.
I can't forgive you. That is not my job.
Look, I just saved our shareholders millions of dollars. That machine would have revolutionized everything. People would have been making electricity in their backyards overnight for free. I cannot allow that to happen.
Oh, it's you again.
Professor Rivers, the CEO didn't want your invention to develop it. She wanted to stop it.
What are you talking about?
She destroyed it in a trash compactor. It's gone. I'm so sorry.
It's gone? Oh no! Oh no!
But I told him the plan hadn't changed.
What plan?
Your plan.
I should have never trusted anyone.
There's still work to do. You can make another working prototype. I can, you can, we can change the world.
I can, you can, we can change the world. I can, you can, we can change the world. I can, you can, we can change the world.
Maybe we can work together. You have the money. Will you teach me?
Well, we can give it a try, but without a prototype.
But you said it was all up here.
Most of it is, but still, conduct yourselves. There's still a problem.
That's where we can work together.
You know, the future of the world's in your hands.
The future of the world is in all of our hands.
Well, I better get back to the office if I still have a job.
Thank you, Gloria, for being so honest. The world needs people like you.
The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, the warm, contented faces of people going by. When Mother Nature bleeds, saying, please look at me, she's really saying, please save me.
All that the Lorax left here in this mess was a small pile of rocks with the one word unless. Well, I just couldn't guess. That was long, long ago. But each day ever since that day, I've sat here and worried away. Through the years, my buildings have fallen apart, and I've worried about it with all my heart. Oh. But now that you're here, the word of the Lorax seems perfectly clear. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not.
We will be watching you, politicians, corporations, and climate change deniers. I shouldn't be up here. I should be back in school, on the other side of the ocean. Yet, you all come to us, young people, for hope. How dare you? You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words. And yet, I am one of the lucky ones. People are suffering, and people are dying. Entire ecosystems are collapsing. We are in the beginning of a mass extinction, and all you can talk about is money and fairy tales of eternal economic growth. How dare you? For more than 30 years, the science has been crystal clear. How dare you continue to look away and come here saying that you are doing enough when the politics and solutions needed are still nowhere in sight? You say you hear us and that you understand the urgency, but no matter how sad and angry I am, I do not want to believe that, because If you really understood the situation and still kept on failing to act, then you would be evil, and that I refuse to believe. You are failing us, but the young people are starting to understand your betrayal. The eyes of all future generations are upon you, and if you choose to fail us, I say, we will never forgive you. We will not let you get away with this. Right here, right now, is where we draw the line. The world is waking up, and change is coming, whether you like it or not. Thank you.
I see oceans of blue, resting of dumps, climate change rescue from small-minded Trumps, and I think to myself, save this beautiful world. I see forests decreasing as new ones grow. They'll help our planet more than you'll ever know, and I think to myself, save this beautiful world. Yes, I say to myself, save this beautiful world.
So, catch! It's a trophy this seed. It's the last one of all. And trophy this seeds are what everyone needs. Plant it with trophy lead, treat it with care. Give it clean water and feed it fresh air. Grow a forest, protect it from axes that hack. Then the Lorax and all of his friends may come back.
This play goes out to every single member of the human race. Each action you take has an impact on the rest of humanity. So make your life something positive and do some good to make a change. The world needs you.
As you have done to you, because change in the world starts with the golden. You gotta celebrate diversity and show love universally, because everyone on earth is part of one community. Black, white, red, tan, rich, poor, woman. And I'm talking no more hunger and no more pain, no more violence and no more slaves, no more hatred and no more greed, no more homeless or broken family lives, no more pollution and no more disease. No more corruption, no more poverty, no more discrimination. Kids needed education. I can, you can, we can change the world. I can, you can, we can change the world. I can, you can, we can change the world.
Oh, clap your hands, clap your hands. Oh, clap your hands if you can. You got the rhythm in your feet, now clap your hands to get the beat. Clap your hands, clap your hands. You danced the bop and done the stroll. The time to rock is getting old. Now clap your hands right through the dance, the beat will put you in a trance. Clap your hands, clap your hands. Listen close.